What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Figma Persona 5 Joker. And so here we have Joker posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. Joker here does come with 3 different faceplates. We do get a neutral expression, which comes on him right now. We also do get a smirking expression, which looks really good. And then we also do get a smiling expression when he's looking off to the right. We also do get an extra hairpiece, which comes with his persona mask, which looks really good on the figure. We also do get 7 hands. We get a pair of fists. We get a pair of open palmed hands. We get a pair of grip hands for the knife. Then we also do get a right hand for the gun. Speaking of which, he also does come with 2 weapons. We do get his knife, which the detail on it is fantastic. And then we also do get his gun, which again, the detailing on his gun is phenomenal. And then finally, he does come with Morgana, which is a really nice little figure. I do like it. And last but not least, he does come with a Figma display stand. Other than that, Joker here doesn't come with anything else. So with that out of the way, let's take a closer look at Joker. Having a closer look at Joker, I'm going to say that Figma has knocked it out of the park with this figure. Now, I really do like the way Joker here looks. I really love the shaggy hair. It's a really nice touch. It's not really black. It's like a really dark blue, which I do like that. It's a really nice touch for the figure. Really do like his eyes. The eyes are really nicely done. They are purple. And just the paint apps on them look fantastic. Now, unfortunately, you can see the seam in his hair. They kind of did make it a little bit obvious. But if you're not really looking for it, you're not going to notice it too much. So, really like this. If I had to choose my preference on how to display him, it would be with this extra hair piece where he has the persona mask. But that's honestly just me. Really do like that head sculpt. So, looking at his costume, I feel like they kind of missed the mark on this because they made his costume all black. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Joker wears grays and blacks. It's not just solid black. I know the trench coat is black, and the inside I think is a really dark gray. But I know for sure his pants are like a dark gray. We have a darker vest, or a darker gray for his vest, and then black for his jacket. I might be wrong, but I think that's the way it is in Smash and in Persona. I honestly have not played any of the Persona games. I only got this Joker to fit into my Smash display, which I'm not disappointed. I really do like it. I love the way he looks. He actually does look like he jumped right out of the game. Either Persona or Smash Brothers, whichever one you prefer. You can see his coat is nicely detailed. We do have some line work going on the back. We have 2 buttons right here. His coat does drape all the way down. Unfortunately, these are hard plastic. Now, they do have a little bit of give, but it's not something that's rubber. I do like the fact that they do hinge, and this actually does help with posing the figure because he has such tiny feet. Posing him is a little bit tricky, and the coat can be used to balance him out. So I do like that. Having a look at his arms, you can see the cuff is nicely done. We do have the gold buttons painted nicely, and then we have those really distinct red gloves, and I really do like how bright those gloves look compared to the rest of the figure. Not taking away from the detailing on his vest here, you can see it has a lot of nice line work in it. The buttons are painted really cleanly, so Figma has done a good job with that. It does drape a little past where his belt would be. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't really have anything under here. The way he's built, it's just a simple ball hinge that goes up into the torso and down here. So you really don't want to be lifting up his vest because that does expose the inner workings of the figure. He does have these really nice pants. If we can get his coat out of the way. Just so you can see, he does have really nice pants. You can see the buttons right here in the front. Really do like the detailing on them going all the way around. And then they did sculpt his vest underneath on the back, although I don't know why they did that because you really won't see it too much. They should have just left that the pants sculpt, but that's not my call. That's just what I would have done personally. And again, he's just wearing black pants, so there's really nothing too spectacular. We do have a little bit of a seam line right here that they sculpted on, which looks good. Seam line going down the side, which also looks good, and I like how it's baggy and the wrinkles look natural. That's one thing that a lot of companies either overdo or underdo. I think this is a natural progression of the wrinkles. And then having a look at his boots, which are these really dark brown boots. They're almost black, but they are really dark brown, and I do like them. But as I said, his feet are really small, and that gives him such a small profile to stand on. Plus, he does have heels on his boots, so getting him to stand is not the easiest thing on the world. But you know what? You can offset it with a jacket, like I did say. So overall, that's Joker's detail for you guys. So let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Joker posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Joker posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Joker posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for your Smash Brothers comparison, here we do have Joker posed next to an SH Figuarts Mario and a Figma Legend of Zelda Link. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation. Now, Joker here does have a ball hinge in the head, so he can't really look up, unfortunately, but you can pop his head off. So if you want to move that joint, you can. It's just the way his hair is sculpted right here that it doesn't allow any backwards movement. He can look down quite a bit, so I do like that. He does tilt his head side to side really well, so good range there. As you can see, the collar doesn't get in the way. Although it does want to fight me going off to that side. And it's not doing it anymore, but it was doing it right now. We do get left and right rotation, which works fine. We do have a ball going into the torso, so that does move around. You can see it can pivot down, can pivot up, goes all the way around, no issue there. Goes out to the side. Better than horizontal, so I do appreciate that. We do have a swivel up here in the shoulder. We have a Figma joint right here, which gives us a little better than 90 degrees, and we do have rotation at that elbow, so pretty good movement there. We do have a ball hinge at the wrist, so we do have in and out movement. We can rotate that to have up and down movement, and then of course it does rotate on that peg. We do have a single ball, or I believe it's a ball hinge, because it doesn't really go back because of how all this is designed, but it does lean forward quite a bit. Now, if you get too crazy with it, you can see the inner workings of Joker here, and it's quite a horrific scene. So if you're gonna have him pose like that, you're gonna want to use the jacket to try to cover it up, but that's a really unnatural movement. He's basically at a 90 degree, and that shouldn't be possible. It is not in the realm of possibility, but Joker here can do that, so yeah, there is that. We do have rotation at that joint. I believe, yeah, it's a ball hinge or ball joint. It appears to be a ball joint here at or a ball hinge up at the top, and we do have a ball joint right here at the waist, which does rotate, no problem. So we have a ball hinge here at the torso, and then a ball at the waist. Legs do kick out to the side all the way, kick forward, actually kick really high. I do like that, which means they do kick back quite a way. You just got to be careful with all this extra jacket that he has going on. We do have rotation at the thigh, which does work. Single bend in the knee, giving us better than 90 degrees, and some slight rotation there. We have a hinge in the ankle, which goes forward and back. Forward facing pin for rocker, and we can rotate that joint to give us better rocker ankle. And unfortunately, no toe hinge. So overall, Joker here has pretty good articulation, although some of it is kind of strange, especially right here in his torso. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Joker posed for my final thoughts, and overall I really do like the way this figure came out. I do feel he is lacking in the accessory department. I think he could have had maybe a gun effect piece to go with it, but overall I still think he came out really nice, although I do have to say that his torso articulation is a little bit funky just because of the way it's engineered. We have a ball hinge at the top, and then we have a ball at the bottom, but then we don't have anything in his midsection except for the attachment to the jacket. It looks really weird, but once you get him posed, you don't really notice it. And I do appreciate the fact that Figma did give us an articulated jacket. I know it's kind of hard when characters have trench coats like this. You want them in soft goods, but then they're oversized. You want them in plastic, but then they don't get out of the way. So I think the hinge is a bit of a compromise, but it still looks good, and you can still get them posed in a lot of different ways, so I do like that. If you are looking for a Joker here, unfortunately he is sold out on Big Bad Toy Store at the time I'm making this video, and that's where I pretty much got mine from. Now, I don't know if he's going to have another reissue. I believe this is the second reissue that Joker had. He had one last year, which I did miss out on, but I did pre-order him for his second release. So I honestly am not sure if he's going to get a third release. If he does, I would say pick him up, because this is a really nice figure, especially if you're a fan of Persona 5. Or if you're like me and only have a connection to this character because of Smash Brothers, you can do that. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Nintendo and video game related videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.